Grenson Hall will be addressed and fixed. So hopefully it's not going to be hot in here too much longer. Okay? Today is potluck. We're going to have potluck in the lounge because it's too warm in there. Okay? Is there anybody here for the first time? Okay, then you are. Okay, I will get you a welcome packet. I think there's some in Marcia's office on the shelf. I know there's some in the lounge. We'll get you a welcome packet. And if everybody would get up, move about, say hi to someone you know, someone you haven't seen, someone you don't know. So it's meet and greet time.
You have that song? It's not in the book.
It is in the book. I'd have to look to see what.
I looked under the index of first line, so it's not.
Because I found it in the book. I think it was 338. And now it's time for the daily word. Rose is our prayer chaplain for today, and she's going to read the daily word to you. Rose?
The word for today is world peace. The peace of my soul brings peace to the world. The Bible's sacred pairings, lions and lambs, swords and plowshares, reveal that peace becomes possible when I and others hold life's polarities in harmony. These verses remind me that wholeness arises not from opposition, but from integration. With all people, strength and tenderness, boundaries and compassion, courage and vulnerability arise from the same divine source. Lion and lamb are not rivals. They are facets of one creation. Sword and plow are not contradictions. They are different tools for transformation. Peace begins when we see that opposites, both within and around us, can be allies rather than adversaries. As this realization takes root, any impulse to defend or harden begins to fade. The Bible verse for today is Isaiah 2:4. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Thank you, Rose.
And now it's time for the 5 unity principles. They are inside your bulletin. Please repeat them with me. Number 1, God is great and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. Number 3, I create my own experiences by what I choose to think, what I feel, and believe. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And number 5, I do and give my best by living the truth that I know. And now the affirmation of faith. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, the loving goodness of God. In this, I am grateful. Okay, we have a surprise. We have a guest speaker both today and next Sunday. Her name is Reverend Eleanor Bentley. She's a retired minister. She's been doing this for a long, long time. And from the title of her talk, I think it's going to be really, really interesting. So please, let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Eleanor Bentley.
Meredith, can I give you this? Can you hear me? Raise your hand if you cannot hear me. Yay. And she said, I've been around doing this for a long time. I was ordained at Unity Village in the class of 95, some 30 plus years ago. I'm a Florida girl. I know how to say y'all, and I know how to cook grits. And hush puppies are my favorite thing in the whole world. I married my whole high school sweetheart, and after graduation, we went to Charleston, South Carolina in the Air Force for 4 years, and then back home, and there were 3 daughters, and now 9, count them, 9 grandchildren, 3 of whom are here in the Jacksonville area, and that's why I'm here. I retired a few years ago from Unity of Gainesville, just across the state, and I've just been laying around being lazy till now. When I was at Unity Village, I worked at Silent Unity. Powerful, powerful experience. When I went in for my interview, see, I didn't want to go to Silent Unity. I was young and stupid and scared. And I made an agreement with God. I said, okay, God, I will go and I will work at Silent Unity, but I'm not going to work at night because, you know, they run 24 hours a day. I'm not going to work at night, I said to God, and weekends. And I went in for my interview, crying my eyes out because I didn't want to be there. And she said, "The only openings we have are during the day, dear. No evenings, no weekends. When can you start?" So I was there, and in my training, they said, now here's what'll happen. Anything in your life that you have not dealt with, that you have left undone, any trauma, it's going to be the very first call that you get. And I thought, what? Well, a couple of years before I had gone to seminary, my house had burned down to the ground. And while I had done some grief work, not a lot, because I was young and had children and I was busy and I didn't have time to grieve. The very first call I got was from a lady who was standing in the road watching her house burn down. Well, that made me a believer. I'll tell you, that made me a believer. So she and I cried all the way through. As you can tell, I'm a crier. And that's okay. Some of you, is anybody in here a crier? You know what I'm talking about. Good. I'm in good company. I knew it. So today we want to talk about what I call the 3 M's. And the first one is the material world. The great Apostle Paul said, and I don't usually agree with the Apostle Paul, he taught some weird stuff, I think, about women. But he did say one thing that was good. He said, it's important to be in this world, but not of it. Let me repeat that. It's important to be in this world, humans, but not of it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the material world. It's the world that we experience in the 3rd dimension. And we experience it in that dimension through our 5 senses. Anybody know what they are? Come on, rattle them off, quick.
Vision, hearing, taste, touch.
Say it loud, Meredith.
Vision, hearing, smell, taste, touch.
She did good. You should keep her around. That's exactly right. So I want to talk a little bit about the 5 senses, because I think we take them for granted until you get to be my age. And then you worry about sight and hearing and I'll talk about the others in a minute. So sight is the perception of light, color, and movement. Sight helps us to walk straight, has to do with balance. I recently took for 2 months, I hung in for 2 months, line dancing. Now, as I was telling Benita, I'm not a country western girl. I'm a bit of a classical girl. And so to get my feet going straight in the country music world was not easy. But I learned a lot about myself. And what I learned was that I have a little challenge with balance. I tend to focus on looking at my feet rather than listening to the music. And you have to do the two together. And so you have to be coordinated between your ears and your feet. Well, I hung in for 2 months. I might go back, I might not. I'm probably going to go to Tai Chi. It's a little more my speed. Hearing. Hearing has to do with sound. I'm so happy that all of you can hear me this morning, because I've been in places where I'd speak and nobody could hear me, and I would say, just come down to the front a little bit. And I even said to, not Gary, I forget your name, Ed? I got it right. Can we just bring this thing up close so I can be close to you? Because the big podiums, well, to me, that's a psychological barrier between me and you, and I want you to hear what I have to say. Oh, did I touch it?
Good?
He's a good man. You should keep him around. Thank you. So sound has to do with the ears, of course. Has to do with communication. If I can't hear you, I probably can't communicate with you. Has to do with danger alerts. If you can't hear the alarm going off, you don't know there's danger. It has to do with social interaction between all of us. The next one is smell. When COVID came along, one of my daughters got COVID, and she lost all sense of smell and taste for probably 6 months. And I said, isn't that awful? Can you? She said, no, I just stay away from things that I remember I don't like. And it worked. It did come back. But smell is a really important thing because it allows us to detect airborne chemicals. We know if something smells off. We can tell. Has to do with flavor perception. Has to do with memory recall. What's your favorite smell from childhood? Smell of cooking? Nothing. No? Yeah. How about apple pie? Fried chicken? What's your favorite smell from childhood? Say it loud. Watermelon, yeah.
Oranges.
Say it again.
Oranges.
Yes. I forgot to tell y'all where I'm from. I grew up in Central Florida, in Lakeland, in the middle of the citrus belt. And I remember as a child, young child, playing with my dolls underneath the shade of a giant, well, it was giant to me then, it's probably be giant to me now too, grapefruit tree. So our sense of smell allows us to connect with those childhood memories. And that helps us to be in this world, but not of it. So the next one is taste. Taste. We taste with our tongue, and our taste buds allow us to avoid things that don't taste good. If there's a chemical we don't like, I recently was looking at wormwood in a tincture, drops. The worst thing ever, ever. It's so bitter. But I understand that in the olden days, before you and I came along, bitters were a part of the diet. The last one is touch. I love babies. I love them even more now than when I had my own babies, because I can love them and give them back. I love watching a new mother with her baby because of the touch. Baby will touch mom's face. But what I love even more is watching a new dad, because the mother is immediately in love with this child. No question. Dad is in awe of this new creature. And you can see it, and you can feel it by the way the child touches Dad. So all these things are so important, the five senses, and we tend to take them for granted. Do we not? I know I do. So we live in the 3D world as humans. And right now in the 3D world, there's great chaos and great confusion. And don't worry, I'm not going to talk politics. There always has been chaos in the world, always. And there always has been great confusion. But we haven't always had social media to tell us about that chaos and that confusion. The question I have been asking myself is chaos the norm? If it's always been here, is it the norm? Is confusion the norm? And we just didn't know about it until we had social media. And the next question is, what do I contribute to that chaos and that confusion? What in my five senses do I show to the world and contribute, not overtly, not consciously, but just by being the me that I am? And then the next question I ask myself, and invite you to do the same, not of me, of yourself. Who am I? Who am I? I know my name. I know where I was born. I know what I've done with my life. But Paul says to be in this world as humans, but not of it. What does he mean? So the next question is, what do I believe about anything? I mean, really get down to it. What do I believe about anything? About anyone? About God? There's a man that I think you've probably all heard of, and his name is Albert Einstein. And he says, the belief that we are separate from God is the cause of all pain and suffering in the world. The idea of a God out there, or maybe up there. And he is always a he. Does that make us separate from whatever that being is? So again, I ask you, what do you believe about anything or anyone or God? And the next question is, what do I, you, we, collectively contribute to the chaos in the universe, either consciously or unconsciously? So we know that our identities are part of this loving, ornate tapestry woven by each choice we make, conscious or not, in each moment of time, because we only have this now moment. So for generations, we've been taught how to think, how to talk, how to dress. We've been taught that our value comes from what we can produce. The faster we think, the more information we can hold. The greater our output, the more valuable we are. Is this technology that we live with today? Or is it slavery? So I invite you to close your eyes a moment, if that's comfortable for you. And imagine a beautiful caterpillar. I love caterpillars because they turn into butterflies. Imagine a caterpillar crawling along one strand of an elaborate woven tapestry rug on the floor. His eyes are focused, looking for his next meal, because that's what caterpillars do, is they eat. That's their only job in this world, is to eat so they can get to the next stage. So imagine yourself as a caterpillar. What do you see? What is your focus? Is it your next meal? The same as the caterpillars? Okay, open your eyes. My goal this morning is to give you some food for thought, to rattle your cage, as my 15-year-old grandson says. Grandma, you're always rattling somebody's cage. That's my goal. So when I was in seminary the last semester, we had a homework assignment, and it was this: write your credo. Well, I didn't even know what a credo was. It's Greek, I understand. It means this I believe. That's it. This I believe. It took me a little while, but when it came to me what my credo was, it was immediate and it was clear. And so I wrote it down, and I think I got a pretty good grade on it. I don't remember. What I do remember is that my credo has remained exactly the same for over 30 years, and this is what it is. There is a power in me which draws me to myself. And in that space, I become a point of light. Hasn't changed in more than 30 years. And so this morning I'm going to give you a homework assignment. Are you so excited? Here's your homework assignment. And I hope that you will write it, not type it. And if you want to take it a step further, write it with your non-dominant hand. Write your credo. Now, this is not for me. This is for you. Share it with somebody if you like or not. This is your homework assignment, is write your credo to yourself. And for some of you, it'll come just like that. You'll know already. And for others, you'll struggle. Struggle and struggle. But when it finally comes, you'll know immediately that it's right for you. And remember, if it doesn't feel right, you keep working with it. You can always do over, which is the title of my talk today. We always have do-overs. We may feel stuck wherever we are, whatever we're doing, but we're not. We can always do it over. And hopefully we will have learned from the time before and we'll do it better. And so I'm going to close this morning with a quote from Rumi, who's one of my favorite people to quote. If everything around you seems dark, be the light. You, each of you, in ways that you don't even know, are the light. So be in this world, friends, but not of it. Namaste. Everybody take a deep breath. And close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And so we begin by knowing and giving thanks that there is one presence and one power active in the universe, and that is love. Love is what we are. Love is where we live and move and have our being. So take another deep breath. Just let a long sigh move from your being. And now in this holy space, let us imagine this beautiful church filled with love and filled with light. And when you have a clear picture of this blessed space, allow that energy to move out into the streets of this beautiful Jacksonville. And now take another deep breath. And when you have a clear vision of every home, every church, every school, every business, filled with exquisite love, and still there's more. And so take another deep breath and release. And imagine that love moving out through this amazing state of Florida, filling every home, every church, every soul with unbounding love. And still there is more. And so take another deep breath and release. And imagine that love moving out into these great United States. And as we collectively breathe together, imagine that love moving round the universe and out into the cosmos. For love has no end. It has no beginning. It simply is. And it is because of you. And so as we continue breathing gently, rest a moment. Rest and allow the love to permeate through your body, through your soul. And so take another deep breath. And as you leave here this day, know that you are blessed beyond measure. And as we all learn to be in this world but not of it, we become a point of light. And so it is. Amen.
trying to do this. Okay. Not okay. Would you like to fix it? A little help? I didn't take it out of there. Okay. Thank you, Benita, and thank you, Reverend Eleanor. Now is the time when we give back to our church. So, I'd like you to take whatever you choose to give, hold it in your hands, and say the blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Give and receive in love.
So as we bless these gifts, join with me in affirming that divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. And I'd like to invite everyone to join us again next Sunday, same time, same place. We'll be talking about the second half of this series, and the second half is entitled Toolboxes. Toolboxes. A little teaser there.
Okay, if everybody would like to come up front and join us in the peace song.
With our hands joined together, we say, the light of
God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Yay, God.
I was worried.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you.
No worries. Pardon?
You're the most important person in the service, except for maybe her.
Yeah.
Thank you. I heard you play in that. Takes a lot of skill.
That happens sometimes, things get forgotten.
You are.
I wasn't hoping that you could be a host.
See, the problem was, is that